covering the community, the people, events, and issues of Georgia, Carolina. This is the Means Report. Now, from the studios of WJBF News Channel 6 in Television Park in downtown Augusta, here's Brad Means.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Means Report. We're so grateful to have you joining us on this Sunday as we talk about an issue that is important not only to a few families here in the greater Augusta area, but an issue that has really grown into an important cause for this entire community. It's childhood cancer. And today we're going to take a look at one of the young men who's battling childhood cancer, just a little boy really, on a daily basis. You know Brennan Simpkins. We've talked about Brennan a lot on not only the Means Report, but on Channel 6 in general. We're going to bring you up to speed with young Brennan. We're also going to talk about a very, very important event that's coming up in the next few days where you can help children who might have to battle childhood cancer. Find out how you can give the gift of life with a simple procedure. And the mayor of Augusta, Georgia is on the set of the Means Report right now to demonstrate how easy it is and to talk about this important cause and this important event that's upcoming next week. First though, let's take a look back at a story you may have seen recently on News Channel 6. Barclay Bishop put it together for us about a prayer vigil that was held at St. Mary's Church in honor of young Brennan.
Your house? Our house.
He's only 8 years old in second grade, and yet Brennan Simpkins is fighting to save his life.
We miss you, Brennan!
Wednesday night, Brennan's classmates, along with friends and family, gathered for prayer at St. Mary's Church on the Hill. It was 6 o'clock, the same time Brennan would undergo his second and last round of surgery.
It's very important. We think it helps, that it works. It gets all the way through to the doctors. It gets all the way through to Brennan and his parents, and hopefully to the good Lord, and we're looking for something good.
It's good to see the community come out and really support Brennan and the Simpkin family. I think it's just beautiful.
Their hands were folded, their heads were bowed. Some friends, some strangers, all asking for healing.
The Simpkin family have built something here that is very, very intangible, but nevertheless real. A loving faith community.
I really miss Brennan, and I really hope he gets this.
It's unclear what the future will bring for Brennan, but what is clear is that the community will be by his side every step of the way.
Well, you got to believe, and we believe it is going to work. We've got the right little boy. We've got the best doctors in the world. We've got a new program for him that he's going through, and it's going to work.
Is that the best you got? Is that the best you got?
It was November 2009 that young Brennan Simpkins was diagnosed with acute myelogenous leukemia. It's known as AML. You may have heard of it. It's a horrible disease, and it's a disease that took him from the wonderful medical care that we have in Augusta, Georgia, all the way to St. Jude's Children's Medical Center in Memphis, Tennessee. And that's where the entire Simpkins family has been ever since then. Even this past week, many members of his family going to be near Brennan as his family continues to pray for a miracle and continues to be by his side through this entire ordeal. Now 8 years old there. And that leads us to the event that is coming up next week, the Bone Marrow Registry Drive, a drive that was initiated by Blanchard and Calhoun, by Susan Rice, who you saw in that story, Brennan's grandmother, and an event that is really picking up steam in this community, and I hope you'll take part. Let's talk more about it right now with a couple of very special guests. Beth Jones is not only with Blanchard and Calhoun Real Estate here in Augusta, but she's also a close family friend of the Simpkins, has been asked by their folks to be here. And of course, Mayor Deke Copenhaver is with us as well. He's going to play a special role in just a moment. Mayor and Beth, thank you for being here. I appreciate it, and I'm sorry for the circumstances, but I hope great will come of it. Beth, let me start with you. How are the Simpkins doing? I know sometimes it's tough to talk to them when things are stressful up there in Memphis, but what's the latest you've heard from Susan Rice and company?
Well, I heard from her today a couple of times through Texas. We don't get to talk on the phone too much being in the hospital, and he's resting right now comfortably, but he is going through a difficult time at the moment.
Mayor, you know, it's been no secret that you've been a supporter of curing childhood cancer, whether you're out raising hundreds of thousands of dollars, running and taking part in events that raise money for it, or whether you're simply wearing the bracelets that you wear. Why has this, not only because of Brennan's situation, but other children, become so important to you?
Well, these
kids, and that's exactly what they are a symbol of strength and inspiration to me. And to be able to participate in the Ironman and be supported by, Leukemia and Lymphoma Foundation, raising money for them, it was an amazing experience. But you consider that's nothing compared to what these children go through on a daily basis.
Why did the Simpkins, during this time of such stress and crisis and pain, Brennan is on a ventilator as of a day or so ago. Everyone's up there right now. This community is on its collective knees. Yet their thoughts are, let's have a bone marrow registry drive and try to help other children. Beth, kind of enlighten us to the mindset of the Simpkins.
Well, the Simpkins know what they've been through. They've been through 3 bone marrow transplants, and they want this to be available to everybody in our community. You realize that only 30% of our population has a match within your own family. So that means 70% don't. So they're relying on that 70, we're relying on a bone registry to get those matches for people.
And it's their hope, I guess, that we can just, it's tough when the only place you can look for a donor is within your own family. How much better would it be if, there were just thousands?
You're right, and sometimes it's a better match out there. So everybody is very encouraged to go out there and go to one of these 12 sites that we're going to have open next Wednesday and register. It's very simple.
Well, we're going to show people how simple it is, and we're going to also show you those locations as the Means Report continues. But Mayor, I'm not asking for any predictions, but you've seen this community come together for causes and in the wake of problems in the past. Your thoughts on how Augusta is going to respond to this?
I know we will respond in a big way. Brennan has been a great example of what this community can do. He's brought us together, so I know that people will come out and support this, and I'm more than happy to support it as well.
What about the support that Blanchard and Calhoun has given? I think it's worth mentioning, Beth, because a lot of people know or have children who've had problems, and the first thing you think of is, how am I going to get time off from my job? How's my boss going to respond? Yet here you all are, not only helping Susan out with her travels and her absences, but you're sponsoring this drive. Why did the company assume that role?
Well, family first. And we come from a wonderful family business that we, Blanchard and Calhoun, and that is very instrumental in everything that we do. We always want the people that we work with and we work for to be their families to be the most important thing.
Mayor, what has the response been from people who have supported you in Ironman and in the fundraisers that you've done so far? Why do people want to help?
Well, it's once again, it's just the inspiration of these kids that go through this on a daily basis, and it just puts things in perspective for you. But I will say, Brad, this has been something I've been focused on since I've been mayor, doing the Ironman in honor of Brennan and William Chandler. I'm in again next year. I'll be out there raising money again next year for it, and I'm constantly trying to think of ways that I can help even more.
Well, I hope that this event is going to be a huge success. Again, we're going to show the locations here on the television screen throughout this report, and we'll be following up on Channel 6 in the days leading up to next Wednesday's Bone Marrow Registry Drive.
From 12 to 6.
If you happen to talk to the Simpkins family, anybody, again, tell them that our love is with them and that we're here for them as always back in Augusta.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. Beth Jones is going to step aside in just a moment. Mayor Copenhaver is going to stay with us to show you how simple, very simple it is to be a bone marrow donor, or to at least find out if you qualify. That's as the Means Report continues. But up next, we're going to talk to a doctor about what bone marrow is and how a bone marrow donor can really give the gift of life. As we think about names like Brennan Simpkins and William Chandler and Patrick Chance, we want to give you some information behind these boys and show you how you can help, hopefully not only them, but certainly others and other families who are going through this or who might down the road. He's up next as the Means Report continues, and these are some of the locations of the Bone Marrow Registry Drive. It's November 17th. Please look at your television screen. Call me at Channel 6 if you missed some of them, and stay tuned. The mayor and his demonstration upcoming.